Mention the best backcountry fishing on Florida's left coast, and most people automatically assume that you're talking about Flamingo, 10,000 Islands, and Chokoloskee. Well, anyone who thinks that has never fished the countless oyster bars and mangrove-shrouded islands that dot Pine Island Sound. Hello everybody, I'm Andy Mill for Sportsman's Journal, and on today's program, we're going to let you in on a little secret that only a handful of savvy light tackle and fly fishing enthusiasts have been quietly enjoying for years. And that secret is the great backcountry here in Sanibel and Captiva Islands. Although world famous for its shelling beaches and the awesome tarpon fishing at nearby Boca Grande Pass just to the north, this area's equally fabulous inshore fishery just might be one of Florida's best kept secrets. Sight fishing in this virtually pristine estuary is like stepping back in time 40 years to what the rest of South Florida was like before too much civilization turned much of Florida Bay into an algae-choked version of the Dead Sea. The tea-colored waters of San Carlos Bay and Pine Island Sound still run clean and routinely reward anglers with the coveted inshore Super Slam, a bragging bag of snook, trout, redfish, and tarpon, all caught during the same day. Stringent development policies instituted decades ago by the area's ecology-minded residents have helped keep water quality high. They also resulted in the creation of the Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge, which was established in 1945 and now provides an unparalleled spawning estuary that nurtures this fabulous fishery. Community activism, coupled with a strict catch-and-release policy practiced among the area's guides, have helped maintain Sanibel's skinny water fishery at or near what most of Florida was like when Harry Truman was president. And there aren't many places left that can make that claim. A strong cold front pushing through the night before had whipped up chilly winds of more than 20 knots by the time I met Captain Randall Marsh at the Tween Waters Marina on Captiva Island. Fish respond to rapidly changing barometric pressure, so fishing during and immediately after a passing front can often be a feast or famine proposition. But as we headed toward the protected flats behind the barrier islands of Captiva and Cayo Costa, Randall, who has fished these waters for more than a decade, was confident the action would heat up as the winds came down. What tide do you like the best in here?
In here we got an outgoing. The water's falling out. We got about 3 feet in here at high tide, and it will drop out to about 18 inches to 2 feet. And
is it good all the time, or you have a specific tide you like?
I like this. You know, it depends on where I'm fishing. For this place, it's real shallow during the lower tide, so you can't get up on it when the fishing's good. So you got to kind of fish it almost backwards and fish it.
Can you wade when it gets too shallow?
Yeah, the wade fishing is really good here. We have real soft bottom near the edges, but if most of the water's in the middle, so
you can wade as long as you're willing to get your armpits wet.
Exactly.
How deep do you sink?
Oh, you got about a foot of sink in here when you're wading. A lot of people use what they call snowshoes.
Oh, right. I know those well.
Yeah, it slow you down a little bit though.
How big are your fish in here?
Most of them will be between probably 26 and 30 inches.
How heavy is that?
You're talking between 6 and 8 pounds.
Oh, great. Any monsters?
Yeah, we have, largest fish I've caught this year has been 42 inches. And I don't know a weight on them, but that's probably 25 pounds or so.
An axe handle.
Exactly.
I have fished for redfish one other time in my life, and that was about it. All right, you got flies for me?
Sure do.
Or you may give them a chance and fish with nothing.
Little rattle
this looks like a little, almost looks like a Mickey fin. You know what a Mickey fin looks like?
A little larger version. It has a rattle in it.
Little rattle head, isn't it?
Right, so the redfish they'll really hone in on that. Some of these fish will be tailing today, and you put that in front of them, just give it one strip, you'll see the tail go down, and you know he's about to take.
What kind of a strip? Just like a little bump in front of them?
Yeah, about 12-inch strips. If a tailing fish, you almost want to just give it that one strip until he comes off tail, and then start pulling away from him.
So you can see it.
Right.
You tie typically just a clinch knot?
Yeah, you use a clinch knot on that. You want it to go fairly straight.
Okay. And what are you going to use?
I'm going to use a jerk worm. You can cast it real far.
Jerkworm, what a name.
What a jerk worm.
Because you jerk it? That's
exactly. Gives it a real live.
Ooh, it's a fish?
Yeah, wounded fish.
Wow. Is this how you typically fish? You have a fly fisherman on the bow and you back them up with spin in the back?
Exactly, or sometimes shrimp.
Uh-huh.
Depends on how hard the fish are to catch.
Are there quite a few number of fish in here right now?
Mm-hmm. There should be. They're going to be laid up on. They're going to be laid up on the sandy shore behind us.
They lay up. They don't keep moving and eating.
Yeah, we'll see
They're
moving.
like tarpon.
Yeah, we'll see moving fish as well. But a lot of these fish early in the morning will be suspended. They'll
waking
be
up,
single fish.
waiting for that cappuccino.
You got it.
All right.
A graduate of Florida State University with a degree in English, Randall is one of the new breed of guides whose lifelong love of the outdoors led him to climb atop a polling platform rather than the corporate ladder.
You see 12 o'clock where that little leaf's floating up there? No,
Way
go
up
right a little bit. Go right a little bit.
Yeah.
You see that?
Uh-huh.
That's definitely a fish.
There he is.
You got him?
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, just keep stripping. Strip.
Is that a snook?
Yeah, snook. Go back to him. Go back to him. Soft presentation.
He had me chummed up. Those birds are gorgeous. And what, they're pelicans, you say?
Mm-hmm, white pelicans. They come down here for the winter time.
From where?
From up north. Carolinas have them. Carolinas north. And they'll stick around until springtime.
They hatch their young here?
No, I don't believe so. They're usually gone by spring.
Boy, it heats up quickly, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, it was brisk this morning.
It was 62 out there on the island. Look at the
Yeah.
right here on the edge.
Wow,
Edge of
that's
the
a
grass.
nice one. How far do I lead him?
Give him about 2 feet or so.
Come on, let's dance. There he is.
Oh, come on, go back, Andy, go back.
Wait, here's another one. Here he comes.
Come on,
There he is.
sit. There you go. Good fish, Andy.
That first one ate it, but he ate it coming right at me. I just never got the hook in him.
There you go. You see the second one running with the fish?
Yeah.
So they're gonna run right together.
They like that quick retrieve, don't they?
They like it. After they see that fly, that's what they want.
Well, it's funny because that first fish, when he bolted out of there, you're going, get it in, get it in. It's like bonefish, like, okay, I'll see you in Costa Rica.
You won't get those long runs, but you'll get like a bulldog run. They'll see that boat. He'll get his little second one here.
So they run a couple times just like a bonefish?
Yeah, just like a bonefish. You won't ever have a real long one. It will mostly shorter runs.
Is this your average sized?
This is this is an average sized red right here.
Now, obviously you can't commercial fish these things anymore. Do a lot of your anglers take them and eat them?
It's a good recreational fish.
Look at that fin. Gorgeous black spot.
Release that fly for
So
me.
the ban on netting, and
Made a big effect on them.
I understand that they're almost fished out at one point or netted out.
Yeah, netted out.
Wow, they got some nice teeth on that upper
Now
lip.
see that top palate there? That's all for crunching stuff. They'll crunch crabs and.
But the
and
lower doesn't have as many teeth as the
right.
upper one.
And their mouth's set up to hit stuff on the bottom, not the top. They have a real hard time taking baits off the.
Boy, he just came over and just
You
gobbled.
nailed it. You want to see how much he weighs?
That's a nice device, huh? You just read it right in the handle there.
Yeah, 4 pounds. Right around 5
All right.
pounds,
I
actually.
can't imagine a 15-pound fish.
Just.
Now, did you see all those other ones? I only saw that
Yeah,
one fish.
that first fish I got you to cast that. He was the larger of them. And they revive real well now that the
Good going, bud. Nice eye.
good fish. Snook going down the shoreline.
Yeah, I got him.
Okay, see the one coming out too? That's a redfish. Let the snook go on by him, unless he picks the snook up. Okay, they're gonna go together. Nope, the redfish is separate. Go for the redfish. Come on, 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 come on. Set!
All right. That's uncharacteristic, isn't it? Or is that normal?
Snook.
Is that a snook? Well, they want to get right up on that, in the shoreline, don't they?
Yeah, they like that.
They're smart.
Easy place to hunt.
I've never caught a snook on a fly. And as Harry Spear says in the Keys, before you get them in your hand, you still haven't. You thought that was a redfish at first, didn't you? El Guido. That's when he jumped. I thought, that's the first redfish I've ever heard of jumping. God, they're beautiful, aren't they? I have never caught one. Look at the yellow on those fins. Auf Wiedersehen, bud.
See you on the flip-flop.
During the late 1940s and early 50s, Captiva was a commercial fishing boomtown. And these picturesque stilt homes served as bunkhouses during extended trips afield.
Randall, how significant was it that they banned the netting?
It was big over here. It's totally brought back our trout. I thought it would take 2, 3, 4 years to see the effects, and I'll tell you what, just in 6 months of the net ban, a year, now almost a year and a half going by, we're already seeing the effects. A lot more redfish are willing to be on the flats during the day. There's mullet on every flat around, which in years past you never saw. There's always mullet boats running over the top of them. And now that the boats aren't running the mullet anymore, the redfish as well as everything else is sticking on the flats a lot better.
Well, it's pretty diversified. What do you see as the favorite species of all of your anglers?
I think the most popular is probably the snook as far as an all-around fish. But I tell you what, we have one of the best tarpon migrations around, second probably only to the Keys.
So the redfish are obviously quite seasonal.
It's a seasonal fish. We get big schools that come in the end of the summer. They start coming in July, September, and they leave with the first hard cold snap, you know, anything below about 50 or 40 for a couple days. And real good school fishing. And we have a good local population of redfish, but that big migration is our big redfishing time, really the early fall and late summer.
You know, I was almost taking it for granted that redfish were quite easy to catch, but they're not. Are they underrated?
I think they're underrated, and also it's the presentation factor. I think that they're tough. I mean, there's some days you can go out there and you can throw a fly 3 or 4 feet away from them and they'll come over and get it. And there are other days that it's tough. It's tougher. They can be as tough as bonefish a lot of days, and especially the tailing fish. Your biggest battle is trying to get the fish to actually see the fly.
Whether your target is tarpon and bonefish in the Keys or redfish and snook in Captiva, there is one constant to all flats fishing. Just because you see fish doesn't mean they're going to eat. As Randall predicted, feeding patterns can change quickly.
There he is.
Okay, bring it across. Okay, drop it. Drop it right in there somewhere. Give it 1 or 2 little pulls. Just leave it.
Look at all the tails out in front of us.
Get ready.
What do I do? I'm too hyper for this. Should I bring it in?
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring it in. Let's go for these ones that are past.
Despite being surrounded by scores of tailing rojos, we suddenly couldn't buy a bite, even after switching from fly to live shrimp.
There you go. You got it. Perfect. Leave it there. Leave it there.
Oh, he spun right. See him?
Yeah. Go for him.
I lost him. There he is.
Bring it across. Just drop it. Leave it there.
He's going left. Should I bring it in?
Yeah. Reel in, reel in, reel in, reel in, reel in, reel in, reel in. Try not to go completely over him. Get it there near him. There you go. Just barely crawl it to him.
Come on, Andrew, catch a fish.
As the afternoon wore on, our frustration grew with each maddening refusal until we swapped places to see if that would change our luck. Desperate times require desperate measures.
Randall, I've had it. I can't get him. I'll trade you. If I don't fall off this platform, we might be all right. We got the good guy up there now. Now we won't see any.
Right in the edge of the slick, Andy.
Okay.
You got it?
You need to go forward.
Go forward. It's about 1 o'clock. Right on the edge of the slick.
There's a fish moving about 3 right now, but he's on the move. You got a tail over here?
Yeah. Somewhere.
Oh, how can he not eat that? He's still there. Perfect. Oh, you got to eat that. Come on. What do you want, fish? How do you like it up there? So, my God, these fish are tough. Randall, maybe they'll give us 2 for the price of 1 to see a psychologist.
I'm telling you, we need it after today.
Or therapy.
Really strange because when they're tailing, they're feeding. We made some great presentations.
Oh man. It's like I said, we fed them ice cream and they went at Haagen-Dazs.
When even Randall's pinpoint casting couldn't coax a bite, I felt a lot better knowing it wasn't just me.
Perfect. Eat it, fish. Come on. Come on. Can you eat it? Come on, eat it. He's still there.
Then Lady Luck smiled our way.
Yeah, finally. Woohoo! Ah. They can be caught. I think we had to mount this thing. Put them on the wall. How many perfect casts did we make to finally catch one?
I mean, we've seen a couple hundred.
Oh, mind-boggling. The fishing has been tremendous. The catching has been obviously pretty difficult. Oh man, look at all the weeds on that line. Wow. You want me to help you with that? Oh, I am so glad you caught this fish.
Look how big this one is. It's a big boy.
There you go. hard to get those weeds off, isn't it?
It's not like 100-pound where you can
Really
swish and swash.
fling it.
Yeah, 6-pound will break.
Well, Randall, it's obvious. There are two things. We have two options at this point. Eat them or mount them.
I think this one might be even too big to take home for the ice box.
Wow, it's a nice fish. Look at that.
You know, these guys are just like bonefish. You can turn them upside down.
They stop kicking?
Yeah. Got rod in the water, Andy.
Wow, look at that fish. Great job.
Good job.
Why are you so difficult, huh? We're feeding you real meat, my friend.
Here, go ahead and just clip him off.
Okay.
We'll let him have that hook.
Right here?
Mhm.
Inside of the hook, get right in here. Wow, good fish. How heavy do you think he is?
I don't know, why don't you grab the boga grip and we'll weigh him.
Right there. 8.5, 9 pounds. What perfect timing.
It was.
Right at the buzzer.
Nice fish.
Sun's going down, it's time to get out of here.
Let's get him back in the water.
9-pound dog. Red dog.
Good fish.
Yeah, good job. Wow, are they difficult tonight. There he goes. See, bud? You're the guide here. Is it always this difficult?
I'll tell you what, like I said, sometimes they'll run and get it, and sometimes, I'll tell you what, we had some good chances.
Oh man, I can't get any better than that. I mean, how many shots did we get? 2,000-3,000?
As the tangerine-tinted sun disappeared behind the mangrove-lined shore of Pine Island Sound, we headed home flushed with that special feeling of success that only a whistlefish can bring. Somehow, catching the best fish of the day just before calling it quits is like sinking the winning basket at the buzzer. It's a sweet moment.